For decades, big business followed a single, clear rule: maximize profits for shareholders. Shareholders were the kings, and every decision was judged by one question: will this boost shareholder value? CEOs focused on stock prices and dividends, with everything else taking a back seat. This laser focus drove efficiency and risk-taking, fueling the rise of global giants. The social or environmental impact of business was rarely considered unless it threatened profits. But this approach had a dark side: it encouraged tunnel vision. Companies sometimes cut corners, underpaid workers, or harmed the environment, all for short-term gains. The logic was simple: if it helped the next quarter's earnings, it was good; if not, it was ignored. Communities, employees, and even long-term company health were often sacrificed for immediate returns. Then, a new idea emerged: stakeholder capitalism. Instead of serving only shareholders, companies would serve all stakeholders: employees, customers, suppliers, and communities. The CEO's job became far more complex, balancing a court of competing interests. The era of shareholder kings was ending, replaced by a new, messier reality. The question now: could this new model deliver on its promise? To understand the rise of stakeholder capitalism, we need to know why shareholder primacy ruled for so long. Milton Friedman, Nobel-winning economist, was its loudest champion. In 1970 he declared, "The social responsibility of business is to increase its profits." For Friedman, this wasn't greed, it was logic. Executives worked for shareholders, and their job was to make money. Profit, he argued, forced companies to be efficient, innovative, and responsive to what people wanted. Profitable companies created jobs, paid taxes, and fueled growth. Spending company money on social causes, Friedman said, was like unauthorized taxation. This doctrine gave executives a clear mission: run a successful business, let governments handle social welfare. For decades, this clarity shaped corporate law, pay, and culture. Profit was the North Star, aligning thousands of employees and enabling rapid decisions. The late 20th century economic boom seemed to prove Friedman right. Corporations became engines of prosperity, even as debates about their social role simmered. But eventually, cracks began to show. The real shift came in August 2019, when the Business Roundtable, America's top CEOs, issued a new statement. For decades, they'd backed shareholder primacy. Now they pledged to serve all stakeholders: customers, employees, suppliers, and communities. This was a public break from the Friedman doctrine. Why the change? Public pressure over climate change, inequality, and social justice was mounting. Social media made corporate missteps instantly visible and costly. Millennials and Gen Z demanded companies reflect their values. CEOs saw opportunity: companies treating employees well, like Costco, or focusing on sustainability, like Patagonia, reaped real rewards. The stakeholder model promised long-term resilience, but it was far more complex. Balancing competing interests meant the simplicity of profit was gone, replaced by a tangle of new metrics. The stage was set for a new era of corporate decision-making. To manage stakeholder capitalism, companies turned to KPIs, key performance indicators. Now, dashboards tracked not just profits but employee engagement, diversity, carbon footprints, and more. Each stakeholder got their own set of numbers. On paper, this made sense. What gets measured, gets managed. But the explosion of metrics created bureaucracy. Managers spent more time tracking and reporting than actually improving things. The focus shifted from real impact to hitting targets. Measurement became a goal in itself, often disconnected from reality. Accountability turned into theater. Everyone busy proving they met targets, but real progress was unclear. KPIs became proxies for reality, sometimes missing the point entirely. The more companies measured, the less they sometimes saw. Chasing KPIs can feel like running on a hamster wheel: lots of activity, little real progress. Employees focus on hitting targets, not on meaningful work. A classic example: Soviet nail factories measured by weight produced huge useless nails, great for the metric, terrible for construction. This is a perverse incentive: the metric drives the wrong behavior. Modern companies face the same trap. In call centers, agents measured by call length may rush customers, hurting satisfaction. The KPI is met, but the real goal, helping customers, is lost. This leads to cynicism and disengagement. Employees know chasing numbers doesn't help customers or improve products. They're forced to choose between what's right and what's measured. The result? A culture of compliance, not innovation. People learn to play the game, not solve real problems. The creative spark and focus on true value get lost in endless reporting. The organization looks busy but isn't moving forward. The danger metrics become the mission, not the means. The measurement trap isn't just for big corporations, it hits nonprofits, governments, and schools too. Take a nonprofit helping the homeless find jobs. If success is measured by jobs placed, the focus shifts to easy wins. Harder cases get ignored and people are placed in unstable jobs just to hit the target. The mission is lost to the metric. This is Goodhart's law. When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. People start gaming the system. Hospitals judged on readmission rates may avoid readmitting those who need care. Police focused on arrest numbers may target minor crimes. The drive for accountability can make systems less accountable. Organizations become rigid, inward-looking, and lose touch with those they serve. The trap is set. Good intentions lost in measurement. Sigh. If profit obsession and KPI overload both fail us, what's the answer? It's a relentless focus on creating real value for the customer. Not a satisfaction score, but a deep understanding of their needs and problems. When organizations align around delighting customers, shareholder and stakeholder interests often follow. Loyal customers drive growth, which pleases shareholders. To delight customers, you need engaged employees and strong supplier relationships. A business loved by customers and employees becomes a community asset. The customer becomes the North Star, aligning everyone's interests. This demands a new kind of leadership, one that inspires purpose and empowers employees to serve customers, not just hit targets. It's about learning, adapting, and putting the customer at the center. We must ask, do our rules and KPIs serve our purpose, or stifle it? The journey from shareholder to stakeholder capitalism aimed for justice and sustainability. But the real path forward is simpler. Create genuine value for real people, your customers.